Hello everyone and welcome back. We're here for the 2023 Memorial Championship presented by Discraft. We're out at the Fountain Hills Disc Golf Course, and this is one of two MPO feature cards to get the tournament started. We're going to keep an eye on the scores, keep an eye on the groups to see how it's all going to shake out. But 4 rounds for the tournament. First 2 rounds taking place here at the Fountain Hills course, and then the last 2 rounds at Vista. There is a cut to Sunday's action. So if you want to play on Sunday, you got to make the cut on Saturday. And we're here. Taking a look at hole number 10, 310 feet. There's a mandatory marking on the tree we just passed. This does play from left to right. Slightly uphill, and usually it's this last tree there. And you see those guys putting just past. That is the biggest challenge to this hole, is somehow beating that last tree. And AB coming in hot with the forehand right next to the tree. That's going to give him a look for birdie. Aaron Gossage trying to do the same and does it even better. Good looking bids for both of them. Here's Isaac Robinson. Not too often do you see a forehand out of that man. He's in circle 2, about 11 meters away, maybe 11 and a half. And no surprise, we see the forehand also out of Andrew Marwede. He's 4 under through the front 9, as is Gossage. It's that easy. Isaac will momentarily join the 4 under club. DGA's own Andrew Marwede. We've seen him just a bit off during a few of these putts, and that one included. Off the top, I think Marwede should have been shopping at the tour release party that we just saw, the tour fundraiser disc release party that took place just before the tournament got started out here on Wednesday. Tour Series disc galore for our friends over at DGA. So if you want to go out and support them, you can do so. Find them on discgolf.com. Also, some new releases from our presenting sponsor in Discraft. The big hot items, Zone OS. Since most people didn't think the Zone was stable enough, we're going to go with the OS version. Hole 11, 368. Just these final couple of trees to beat. Those are usually the challenge. It's not so much getting there at 368. Normally we're faced with a headwind, but calm conditions out here today. This feels like the first time we're really seeing any kind of sunshine as well. I like the action here by Barela. Oh, and I think he's going to like that as well, although that one tree will probably be in his way. Gossage guy keeps getting it even closer. And a good tree. Rarely do you say that on this hole, but that is a good tree hit for Robinson. And these guys are just making this look so easy. I promise you, it is not this easy. Barela going to be outstretched to his left. Just trying to avoid that first tree, and left side and in. feel like we've seen him birdie everything since about hole 6 at this point. Keeps things rolling as he's 8 under now. Marwede outstretched to his right. Little hyzer on that. Ain't no hyzer back, girl. I think that's what Gwen once said. Less pronounced hyzer, but it works just the same. And Gossage with a tap in. And I don't have Statmando at my fingertips, but I bet you they would tell us that a star birdie frame here on 11 is not very common. Unless you're playing the birdie board game, of course. Then you just got to roll the dice. It's that easy. Hole 12, downhill, often referred to as a must-get. Grass is a little bit stickier than normal due to be a little bit wetter out there. And we've seen just about every route possible, including this somewhat of a spike. We've seen the direct route going straight at it, a low hyzer, a high hyzer, something with spike, something flat. Occasionally you'll see some kind of crazy forehand or maybe a little bit of a flex. Whatever it is, you just need to beat the hillside, crest the hill there, and then let it slowly filter down to the pin. This is the most common route, I feel like. High and wide. Let's have a look. $12 meters here from Marwede. Good thing that mini wasn't a cookie this time. It would have crumbled. No big deal for Gossage. He's going to move to 7 under through 12. I believe I said it in the front 9, but at least during this first day of coverage, as we were hustling to get as many cards covered and as much editing and releasing done as possible, Marwede comes back for the par. These first couple of rounds might have some solo commentary. I know on the FPO side I had some assistance locally from one Jamie Spencer, but on the MPO side, with the schedules getting kind of switched up and MPO playing early morning during round number 2, it didn't work out that I had a couple of local superstars join me in the commentary booth. So even though it's about 1 in the morning now, we will be attempting to get some guest commentators. So somebody else will have to sit and deal with me. And you guys won't just have to hear me all weekend. 268 uphill. Oh, hint. One of them may be Gannon Burr. He showed some interest. Asking for that to get down. This plays to an elevated pin, so you have to get it up the hill, not a problem at 268. But it's just a matter of what side might you feel comfortable, because if you go deep of the pin, you actually go down into a little recessed area, and that's going to make that elevated pin even, well, that much more elevated.
Good throw.
You see right at circle's edge. And when we're looking at AB now, who's gone deep of the basket, you see him in that recessed area. Looking good for AB. Picks up yet another birdie. That's going to push him to 10 under. Easy cleanup here for Marwede. He's at 6 along with Isaac. And Aaron with the park job. Trying to keep pace there with Barela. Aaron's going to go to 8 under. They're going to take a short walk up the hill to 14. Take a short stop at the Disc Golf Guy website if you want. Shop.thediscgolfguy.com. Every disc that's on there that's pictured is the exact disc that you can get, and it goes to supporting my efforts along with me and the crew out here. We're trying to bring you as much coverage as possible. Also known as the Power Box hole, hole 14. .375, that doesn't play quite that far. Usually you're looking for about 350 and then trying to get a skip. And AB threw it about 375 and got the 25-foot skip. You love coming up in that spot. That's not bringing the tree or the power box into play. If you go too far to the left, the low-hanging branches from the tree can actually come into play. And you could also bring OB into play. So we'll see if that checks up for Marwede, and it does. It stays inbounds. Sometimes in other conditions, that could have actually skipped all the way to the OB. Says it's weird. I don't think birdies are. Marwede. Again, 11 meters. This has been a pretty popular spot for him. Unfortunately, most of the time it's been a similar result. Just not on his putting game like we normally see. Rarely does he miss a putt. I feel like today he's missed more putts during this round than we see out of him in an entire weekend. See if he turns things around now. AB is going to be outstretched pretty hard to his left. He made it on 11. And that one was center chains. AB keeping the birdie train rolling. Definitely not a problem for Gossage. So 3 birdies on the card. Pretty impressive. This definitely is not one of the easiest holes. It actually plays right in the middle or so when you're looking at the stats.
I started playing disc golf with my family when I was 8 years old. When I was 16, I got my first job as a cook at a bowling alley, and that's when I made my first batch of beef jerky. As I got better at throwing, I also got better at making beef jerky. Everyone told me they loved my jerky. After 15 years of making my beef jerky as a hobby, I decided to make it available to everyone. Double G Craft Jerky. Give it a try. You're gonna love it.
I won't give you my hot boom sauce speech, but I will tell you one thing that they're doing that's really cool is that they're offering player packs. I I've given out Double G jerky in every player pack for the last, I think, 2 years of tournaments that I've run. So you can go see what they have. They have more than just the jerky over there. And also, if you use the coupon code Terry at checkout, you'll get yourself a little bit of a discount there. So make sure you check out their player pack options, jerky, coolers, pins, hats, all sorts of things that you can find over there on doublegjerky.com. Tell them the disc golf guy sent you. So the water you're seeing in the fairway, completely casual. In fact, if you're out here the day before, it didn't exist. A ton of rain came in on Wednesday night throughout most of the night. In fact, that's what also brought some of the snow that we're seeing on the mountains in the background. And so all of this is casual water. And you'd love to avoid it. I guess it's great that it's late in the round, so if you do have to go in it or near it, you don't have that much golf to play, but you definitely want to steer clear of it or possibly get all the way past it if you've got the arm for it. Great hyzer putt around one of the guardian trees there from Marwede. He's going to move to 7 under. Isaac says, I'm just going to own it. I don't want to go take my relief behind it. I'm just going to walk right in there. And it doesn't pay off. AB again outstretched to his left. And again gets it to drop. Barela on fire. And Gossage also takes his time but gets it to drop. Barela keeping the streak going. We've seen him birdie every hole since hole number 6, including the bonus back there on hole 9. Now we head to 16, just 100 meters. There is a mandatory tree basically forcing you to play something from right to left. They don't want you interfering. If you were to go to the left side, that's actually hole 15 that they just played that you see on the left side of your screen. So these two run somewhat parallel to one another. Hence, we're going to see everyone forced to the right side of those two trees. And this often will come in as one of the easiest holes on the course. Barela sticking it. Looking to add yet another birdie to his scorecard. He's got 10 in a row, going for 11. And usually some of the hottest rounds that you see out on this course, you'll see somebody birdie out from 10 on. 9 is often the one that gets missed, but it has been done before where you see somebody get on a tear and then just birdie out from 10 on. We'll see if AB's got that in him. And this is a good sign. This is the shot that is the farthest from the pin, and you're looking at about 15 feet. Okay, maybe 18. I counted his steps. So on 11, we saw the star frame, and it looks like we're going to put another one on there for hole number 16. Nice work, gentlemen. Big shout out to our friends over at Zuka, continually coming out with new carts, new products. Also, I know they're in the pickleball, sport of pickleball. I was going to say the pickleball industry. Also in the bags. Zuka out there rolling around. And the Zuka's been used for many years for many things way before disc golf or bags or pickleball. So big shout out to them. AB, all the room in the world. Plays it wide and just a bit short. And a very different line here that we're seeing from Gossage. He's going with a much more lower line drive, but hung it out too wide as well. And if you're watching the scorecard in real time for this card to be out on the course, you're seeing that definitely setting a pace that seems to be out in front of everyone else right now, with Anthony Barela sitting at 13 under through 16 completed holes. This is one of the hottest rounds that we're seeing. Just barely off for Gossage. Just off the mark for Marwede yet again. This time, AB on a knee and stretched to his right. This does frame up nicely. Bang, bang. Doesn't really seem to matter where you put him. He's finding the bottom of the basket, and this time doesn't connect for Robinson. These guys certainly excited about how calm it is right now. They're one of the earlier cards of the MPO division. I'm not saying they're hoping for the wind to pick up a little bit more in the afternoon, but certainly I don't think they would mind it. Big thanks to our friends over at the Distinguished Doodle, offering up a discount for us. If you need to pick up any products, please do so, and you can use the code DiscGolfGuy to do so, as we're at hole 18, final hole of round number 1, 400 feet on the dot. There's also been an eagle that has been kind of hovering around the green of 18 off in the distance. It was there earlier in the morning. AB searching for his final birdie of the round. 14 under currently. So many of you have already watched some FPO action. Thanks for doing so. We're going to try and bring you FPO lead card every day. And now you're seeing a couple different styles, along with the local and AB, who's currently shredding at 14 under. So my question to you guys in the comments is, what's the score you'd be shooting out here? Let's say you've got great conditions. Today, pretty good conditions. Well, except for that flag that wants to get in the way. But what's the score you'd be shooting out here at Fountain? That's what I want to know. Leave that in the comments. That'll make you eligible to win some Double G jerky. I can't help but love watching any putt lofted up there by Isaac Robinson. He's going to finish on a high note. That's a 9 under effort for him today. Not too bad. He started out the round with a bogey. So 10 birdies on the day. But what's the score you would be shooting out here at the fountain? That's what I need to know. Put it in the comments. Marwede continues to be just inches off from an incredible round himself. AB trying to close out. From 9.5 meters just off left side chain. He's going to have to settle for a 14 under. When that was all said and done, is 14 under a 1084 effort. So although frustrating to miss out on that last putt, 14 under for Anthony Barela. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Again, I'm not giving you the scores from this round only because I know you're also going to watch the other feature card. I don't want to spoil anything. So click on the button. It should bring you to more Memorial coverage. Couldn't do it without you guys and my Patreon supporters. We'll see you for round number 2.